Picture the greatest city the ancient world had ever seen, a city of marble temples, roaring crowds, and mighty armies. This was Rome, the heart of an empire so vast and powerful it shaped the entire world. Its roads, its language, and its ideas still surround us, 2,000 years later. But how did Rome rise from a tiny village to rule the world? And how did such a mighty empire finally fall? To find out, we journey back almost 3,000 years, to the banks of a river in Italy. This is the rise and fall of ancient Rome. Legend says that long ago, twin baby brothers, Romulus and Remus, were set adrift on the river Tiber. As the story goes, they were found and raised by a gentle she-wolf in the wild. When they grew up, the brothers decided to build a city of their own on the 7 hills. After a famous quarrel, Romulus became its first king, and gave the new city his name, Rome. That, at least, is the legend. In truth, Rome grew slowly from small villages into a town. And from that small beginning, something extraordinary would grow. For its first centuries, Rome was ruled by kings. But the people grew tired of them. So they did something bold. They got rid of kings and created a republic, where the people helped choose their leaders. Power was shared through a great council called the Senate, filled with Rome's leading citizens. Their proud motto stood for the Senate and the people of Rome together. The Republic made Rome strong, and Rome began to grow, reaching out across the land. And wherever Rome went, it brought one mighty tool of power, its army. The Roman army was the most disciplined the world had ever seen. Its soldiers, called legionaries, trained endlessly and fought as one unstoppable unit. They built roads and forts wherever they marched, linking the whole empire together. One by one, Rome's legions conquered the lands around the Mediterranean Sea. From Spain to Egypt, from Britain to the Middle East, the Roman world grew vast. They even called the great Mediterranean Sea Mare Nostrum, our sea. But all this power would soon spark a struggle for who would lead Rome. Into this world stepped one of history's most famous men, Julius Caesar. Caesar was a brilliant general, a clever speaker, and wildly popular with the people. He led his legions to great victories, winning vast new lands like Gaul. Then, famously, he marched his army across a small river called the Rubicon, a point of no return. He took control of Rome and was named dictator for life. To many, he was a hero. But others feared he had too much power. And in the Senate, a group of them turned against him. On the Ides of March, Julius Caesar was betrayed, and his life came to a sudden end. Caesar's death plunged Rome into chaos. But from it rose his heir, a young man named Augustus. Augustus ended the wars, united the lands, and became Rome's very first emperor. Under him began the Pax Romana, the Roman peace, a long, golden age of calm and prosperity. Augustus famously boasted that he found Rome a city of brick and left it a city of marble. For 200 years, the empire flourished, and Rome became the wonder of the world. And nowhere was that wonder greater than in the mighty city itself. At the heart of Rome stood the Colosseum, a vast arena that could hold 50,000 roaring fans. Here, brave fighters called gladiators faced great danger to entertain the crowds. There were chariot races, too, thundering around the great Circus Maximus. The Romans were brilliant builders. They invented concrete and raised soaring domes and arches. They built aqueducts that carried fresh water for miles into the cities. They built grand public baths, heated floors, and even early flushing toilets. And they built roads, so many fine, straight roads that people still say, all roads lead to Rome. It was a city unlike any other in the ancient world. But Rome was not only emperors and monuments. It was also home to 1 million ordinary people. Most Romans wore simple tunics, while important citizens draped themselves in flowing togas. They shopped in busy markets, cheered at the games, and gathered in the Grand Forum. Children went to school or played with simple toys, while families shared meals together. But this is an honest story. Much of Rome's comfort was built on the labor of enslaved people. It was a harsh and unjust part of their society, one we must remember honestly. Rome was a world of great wonders and great flaws, all at once. The Romans worshipped many gods and goddesses, who they believed watched over every part of life. Greatest of all was Jupiter, king of the gods, god of the sky and thunder. They built grand temples, held great festivals, and looked to the gods for fortune and protection. Much later, a new faith, Christianity, spread across the empire and changed Rome forever. Rome's beliefs, like everything else, would change with the passing centuries. Then, in the year 79, disaster struck the city of Pompeii. The mighty volcano Vesuvius erupted with terrifying force, filling the sky with ash and fire. The people fled as the burning ash rained down upon their town. In time, the whole city was buried deep beneath the ash. And there it stayed, frozen in time, for nearly 1700 years. When it was finally uncovered, it gave us an astonishing window into Roman daily life. For all its might, no empire lasts forever. And slowly, Rome began to weaken. The empire had grown too vast to govern. It was split into east and west. Money troubles, weak leaders, and constant pressure wore the great empire down. From beyond its borders, wave after wave of invading peoples pressed in upon Rome. The once unstoppable city was attacked and worn away, piece by piece. And in the year 476, the last emperor of the West stepped down. The Western Empire had fallen. But here is the remarkable thing: Rome may have fallen, yet it never truly disappeared. Its language, Latin, grew into many of the languages we speak today, like Spanish, French, and Italian. Roman laws and ideas shaped the courts and governments of the modern world. Their roads, arches, domes, and concrete still inspire the buildings around us. Even our calendar, and the names of months like July and August, come straight from ancient Rome. The mighty empire is gone, but its echoes are all around us, every single day. So the next time you walk down a straight road, read the word August, or gaze up at a grand dome, remember Rome. A tiny village that grew into an empire, ruled the ancient world, and still shapes our world today. History is full of mighty rises and dramatic falls, and lessons for us all. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the story of Rome, stay with us, there are many more great civilizations to discover. Until next time, keep wondering, keep exploring, and keep asking the best question of all: what really happened?